Right, hello and welcome. Today's videos are going to be a little different. I'm going to be recording these for YouTube as well, and we're going to be trying to play from the perspective of wanting to learn. So a lot of these mods that I've added recently, I've got a lot of comments while streaming about, well, I don't know how this works, I don't know how that works, etc. So we're going to try to figure this out. Also, we're going to try putting in what I'm going to start thinking of as best practices. I don't want to get into habits per se with like building certain patterns every time or whatever, because then it's just a matter of streamlining your play as opposed to solving the problems, which for me is one of the big perks of this particular game. But I do want to start figuring out best practices, like particularly with trains, trying to figure those out, stuff like that. So bear with me as I kind of get started. I like to just leave everything on regular, right? But I thought there was an infinite tab on some of these here. I'm not sure. Oh, Matt with Nope. Alright, well, I guess I'm wrong. So it looks like we'll just have to continue, like, moving out like we would have always done. But there is a mod out there somewhere that lets you, basically, after you've mined the majority of the minerals, after you get out of your starting area of your base, there will always be some incoming minerals, and I think that's a pretty interesting mod to add into your Factorio build. I don't know what it is, but it's fine. So let's hit the generate button. Woo! Alright. Take a quick second look at the map. Doesn't look too bad. Looks like a reasonable amount of coal and our base metals all up here. A reasonable water supply. And because we're already in a low woodland area, we'll probably end up being reasonably surrounded by trees, and that'll help with the offsetting the pollution to start with. So yeah, I'm pretty content with this. All right, so we're playing Angel's Ores as well as Bob's mods. We're using the two Arumba campaign mods just like we did the other day, and I'm not looking to break any speed records. So I don't know. We'll just keep that in mind for a quick second. This probably is not where we should have started. We probably should actually, yeah, let's do this. So we're going to use our stone furnace as a chest, basically. We'll start putting that right in there. And then we are going to find, I guess, some trees for a minute. And it'd be nice if we could find some stone nearby. I really didn't think about that. Also, we should probably build our couple of picks. Do we see a stone? I don't see any stone anywhere. I don't think any of these, like, I know once you get going, the crushed stone kind of gets made pretty quickly, but Alright, so in these angel ores, you you crush these things. And as you crush, they'll you'll get two chunks basically. You'll get crushed sapphirite and crushed stone, and then you can assemble those stone into things. Here you go. This is what we want. Let this particular one finish, and then we'll use this burner inserter to start throwing it over here. Okay, so now we're still gonna have to go in and grab this crushed stone, but that's probably not the end of the world. We should be able to make furnaces. Can we make another burning mining drill? We cannot. We're missing more iron still. There we go. Sweet, sweet iron. Also, we're going to want to build a chest. We need to start getting this this coal mined up. It's pretty important. So again, the mods that I'm using specifically are like a couple of Roomba, who's another streamer slash YouTuber. I use him, and I use Stejo a lot for my how to get started, but they've quickly kind of turned into next level stuff. So hopefully, yep, I know. No mats for you. Alrighty. Let's see. So once we have some basic, what? Did I not just put? Oh, I guess I did not. Now that we kind of got some basic iron ores coming in. What I like to do, and I think you'll see this happen a lot, is people will make this this shape where two burning mining drills will feed into each other. Basically like that. And what's going to happen is it'll start building up its fuel spot. Like, so this is what it's working, and this is its fuel, right? So basically what will end up happening is one will feed into the other, and you'll just be able to pull the coal out of both. I'm going to switch everything to coal if possible. Alright. So, next after that is, it's all about refining this this ore to start with, because this is your iron, right? So with Angel's ores, what's going to happen is, as you research things, you're going to be able to do more and more refining on an ore, right? So right now we're starting with crushed sapphirite. We're going from raw sapphirite to crushed sapphirite. Now, sapphirite has a recipe, here we go, of 3 crushed sapphirite into an iron plate, which is what we're doing right now, which is, you know, pretty wasteful, but again, that's what we got going on. So what we want to start doing is we want to start getting that tech tree figured out pretty quickly. We want to start getting more and more of our resources mined, and we need to start getting things sorted, basically. But as always, the hurdle in Factorio is iron. So we also should probably start working on just even more smelting. We're going to start setting up oh, no, not the coal, you butt. Or the stone, I mean. One thing that you're going to want to do, especially with stuff like this, is you're going to want to try to sit down or have the arms ready to put the correct thing in. So because there isn't a recipe for smelting the crushed stone, it'll get stuck. However, if you put it into a factory, you can have a factory assembling crushed stone into regular stone, which I think is pretty key. Alright. So now we'll build another burner crusher, and we're going to start setting up for sterolite, which is where we're going to get our copper from. And we're going to do something kind of similar as what we're doing up here. But it doesn't need to be, in my opinion, as intense, so we will be a wee bit more patient, and we'll just do a smaller amount here. Also give me left. You're out. But yeah, this is a lot of the early game. It's not necessarily the most exciting, but I don't know. I do like it. Again, kind of keep in mind that the idea here is going to be kind of getting your basics going. So now that we have some copper coming in, we need to start thinking about power. And we need to start thinking about it pretty quickly. Especially if we're going to start heading up the tech tree. So I like taking the time and building my science packs whenever I'm just kind of standing around. Also, when I'm standing around, I like to go around and try to chop down any dead trees that might be in the area. I prefer to take the dead trees first, if I can, without getting too like carried away on things. They don't eat the pollution, which is always your constant battle in early Factorio, assuming you have biters turned on, which I usually do. I don't usually turn those off. Probably should, but whatever. Yeah. A little bit more in these. What did I put? Yeah, I put too much in there. Gimme. Gimme. Thank you. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Otherwise, this looks fine up here. Alright, back to running around. The other thing, you want to start figuring out where you want to put things, basically. Now, in the base Factorio game, without any mods, you kind of get to this nice point where it's not necessarily like super relevant where you start building certain things, because you can basically things don't get super deep like in the chains, where my first playthrough in this, I did not realize how deep some of the chains got. You're talking about like let's just say robots, for example. Robots in Bob's has multiple layers. So like you have level 1, level 2, level 3. And that kind of took me by surprise there. How deep that chain got. And that's what I mean. In particular. We're doing okay though. We're pulling in the raw resources at a pretty reasonable rate. So I'm thinking right here for our power, somewhere in this vicinity. It's close enough that we can belt things over, but it's far enough away that we don't have to worry about it too much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you do want 5 more, in my opinion, at least. I'm not exactly sure how much these this burner crusher can handle. I know it's more than 2. I think I had 5 on it, and it was keeping up okay. But then the furnaces weren't, so I don't know. I just kind of split the difference. Let's see. We're gonna need power, which means we're gonna need poles. We're going to need a science building. Also, I can never keep all this stuff straight where all this stuff is. And then we only have 2 of our science. We need to get more of that. Oop. It's probably more than enough for power for right this second. More dead trees in here. Nearby, doesn't look like it. There's some way down there. I don't want to go that far down. We'll be done before then. No. This is one of the things that does bother me, though. I need to figure out how to turn off. Actually, let's do that real fast. I don't like options, controls, mods. I don't like the auto science. I thought it was in here somewhere. Toggle auto research GUI. Control T. Alright, so Control T. I don't know if that did anything, but I'm gonna hope so. Alright, we're missing copper and more iron. You need some go-go juice. You look good. You could use a little. Let that rock and roll. Oh, the science. This is why I try to do this stuff as I'm running around, so I don't have to stand here and feed it. Excuse me. Get to work automation. Let's see. Go, 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 go. Alright, perfect. So now, we know we're going to need some of this. So we'll just make it. I understand why this is... Oh, because there's just not that much incoming mining there. So here, any second, we should get our friendly ding for our automation, and I'm trying to remember what all it takes to make look at that. Look how much crushed stone you end up getting so quick. What? Did I miscount? Oh, probably the iron crafting stole some much needed freaking science time. Blasted thing. Click, click, click. Real fast, I'm going to see about adding some. It says Factorio is all the way up. monsters. So you have a lot of options here. Greenhouses are good. Turrets are good. Assembly machines are good. I tend to like to start with logistics. Are also good. Long inserters are good. Like getting all this stuff going are all valid options. I don't really know what to tell you to get started with. But I think I am probably going to start down the logistics line and go from there. Alright. Now, let's build a... What am I missing? Oh, iron plate, of course. Of course. Always the boundary box. Alright. Alright, never mind. You're going to make me gear wheels then. Come on, brain. Ugh. Get to work. Tabby. And then we're going to want a second one. Circuit boards, I'm assuming this. Yep. So getting assembly machines going, pretty important part. Ooh, I have 3 science in my backpack. I didn't even realize. Alright, now can we just have you work on science? I think I'm just going to... Alright, so this is something that kind of falls in that best practice category that I was talking about before. If you do things correctly, and by no means am I going to necessarily do this correctly, so surprise, surprise. Looks like everything's got a reasonable coal pile. I mean, not necessarily perfect, but reasonable. So if you do things correctly, right, what you can basically end up doing is setting up a kind of like what I'm trying to do here. Nope, gears or wheels over here. There we go. So you can have a box where you basically sit down like iron and copper, and they feed each other. I think I need one more. Yeah, I do. I need one more bloody arm. And of course that doesn't quite fit because I put this pole in a bad spot. There we go. Alright, so now I can just kind of monitor this box. This will make the wheels. This will throw that in there. And this will feed the science in as it can. All kind of works out. I should have went one more up. Darn it. It's going to be a bit of a pain to get coal automatically fed in there. But we'll figure it out. Okay, can I start building? I can. Now it's just all about getting that iron kind of going at a reasonable pace. We have an assembly machine. We're gonna need... Yeah, we might have to up our copper first. So I like taking one assembly machine and turning it into making stew. Where's the bloody raw recipes? There we go. To make stone. And this way, you can just feed it manually, which maybe that's what I should just do. Just feed it manually for right now. So you make raw stone. Here's an in. Here's an out. There's a box. make me another box. Just do it like that for now. I prefer having it pull it out of these miners, but whatever. I don't need 10,000 of those. Hey, good morning, Beast Mode. Welcome to the stream slash hopefully the YouTube series. We need to up our copper pretty quickly. We should have our electric mining drill going, so let's start pulling power down. Boop, boop, boop. All right. So what I like to do is basically pick a corner and kind of start from there. I'm playing Factorio this morning. One of my favorite games, actually. I think we're just going to feed it straight into the machine again for now. It should crush for days. Can't build electric, no. So Factorio is what I like to call it's a factory building game. Oh, you love Factorio, awesome. But it's also this is key. Loaders are key. Warehouses are key, but I think I want to step it up to mechanical refining first. But yeah, I love Factorio too. I'm not as great at Factorio as I'd like to be, but we're going to try. We're going to hopefully get there. I think a lot of people are probably still asleep. Not everyone loves Factorio as much as I do either. I think Factorio is probably a stronger YouTube game than a streaming game, at least from what I've seen. So, I'm hoping. Oh boy. Got to keep this science running. And check on everything here. So right now, getting the science up is pretty important. Also, of course, keeping these mechanical machines running while we're waiting is also important. All right, always got to keep on a task. That's one of the crazy, in my opinion, parts of Factorio is like. I get in these situations where I'm like, alright, we can take a breather for a second. Well, you never can. You never take a breather in Factorio. In fact, by doing what I just did was super wrong. We need to be focusing on more factories and getting this refinement center set up a little better. Which, in my mind, means we want to get the science up for the mechanical refinery, and then as soon as we have that one running, we want to get what am I thinking? Nope, not this button. We want to start getting warehouses going of some sort. Whatever warehouse stuff we can, basically. Needs to get moving next. Because I like feeding everything into warehouses and then using the warehouses to kind of pull stuff back out. Let's see. Did we make? We did not make. Let's make a. Let's go ahead and make that assembly machine now. Hopefully the audio is coming through. For whatever reason, my audio for my games tends to be screwed up now. I do know what I did. Maybe it's this. Maybe I'm supposed to be wearing my headset for... Okay, no. No, it's not it. Whatever, we'll see. Choo. It's all about this copper right this second. I don't think I want to make more copper either. I think I just want to limp along for the hair longer. Oh man, I really laid this out poorly, didn't I? Let's cut this. No. Let that finish and then... I need to make this a mental best practice, is to be able to plan on having 2 science there. Yeah, that should be a mental best practice, if nothing else. Alright, so we have some gear wheels going on here. If we want to keep using that same factory for gear wheels, which we do, but I do also want to start adding in belt manufacturing. Alright, so inserter chain, super important, I think. I think it's one of the best things about this Bob's Mods. But I also kind of want to start getting greenhouses going, but they involve glass, which we currently are not making anywhere yet. So I think we need to worry about ore refinements. But this takes green, so we're not going to be able to go there. So let's do... What do we need for the warehouses? For warehousing, we need steel processing. So let's get the steel going. It's a lot of science to get the steel rocking, but it'll be worth it in the end. Alright, let's have you plan on making belts, but apparently you're going to be a monster. I need more. More. Alright, so we're going to manually feed in. I didn't realize we were out of iron. A little bit of iron up there. Everything still looks okay. Let's grab our crushed stone. We don't want to get the machine stuck. How are we doing? Is this stealing all the gears? Damn it. And I want to get some belt going so I can start working on putting some things together, but I don't want to shut down science to do it. Maybe I am going to need another, its own priority feed for... Give me that. Stop making... Alright, never mind. It's not going to work. Not going to work. Alright, are you prioritizing up here now? Alright, good. You're getting low on power, so are you. Let's see. I think I can get a belt right here? Yeah. Alright, we're fine. It'll all fit. Can't put a pole there that... Oh, that'll work. That'll cover it. Perfect. It's all about that iron, about that iron. No copper. So pretty soon, hopefully, we'll be able to slap down a couple of coal machines, and then that'll make life a lot easier, not having to worry about that. Oh, bollocks. Once again, low on power poles. Alright, so that'll feed power. So theoretically now power should be fine. We need more copper up here. Keep the science going. Alright. Time to start switching to crushers. So now we're going to start needing to take some of this stone and turn it into the bricks, which means bye-bye any supply of that, that's for sure. Oh boy. Alright, also I want to get a second assembly machine. I want to have an assembly machine starting to make gears and starting to make spooled copper wire basically whenever possible. I didn't realize it was just going to hand me the crushed stone if I clicked on it like that. That's great. Everything, oh, we're a little low on coal here. That's no worries there. There's no worries. Yeah, we're starting to back up on. No, why? Why? How are you doing? You are so. You could probably use some more copper. Probably not everything. Alright, so now what do I need to start putting together? Crushers. We just need gear wheels. Okay. So let's start putting together our, just like convenience machines, you start making gear wheels. And then, like I said, we're going to put together another one here to start making copper wire. I don't know if we can actually get rid of those yet. But we're going to try. Make me a second of these, please. I'm hoping that we can just get away with all the burning stuff pretty much now, because that would be great. Let's put it all in there. We have one electric crusher. We should have enough to make a second one now. That looks good. Alright, so now this will definitely make start getting us backed up. How's our power performance? Let's just look at our P button. Okay, so for those who don't understand this power grid, right? It took me a long time to kind of figure out. This bottom bar is our potential electricity that we can make. Alright? So the further over to the right we get, the closer to our maximum potential of power we are at. right? So all the way over here on this side is our maximum potential. That's as much as we can currently handle. Now the satisfaction bar is basically saying if this is what all of our machines want at the moment, so the more to the right of there we are, which in this case we're all the way over to the right, means that we are satisfying all of their requests for power. So we want this top bar to be as far over to the right as we can, and we'd like the production to be basically as far over to the left that we can get away with. So right now power looks really good, actually. Gimme, thank you. How's any more iron up here? It's not really that much copper still, but it's fine. We'll put more in. Alright, we're going to need to start picking up some of this iron and putting it in a box. Or, sorry, coal, putting it in a box. And we don't necessarily want infinite coal, but we do want some. So, like, we're almost backed up here, so I feel comfortable pulling that out now. Like I said, as soon as I can, I want to start moving away from this whole method, which is, like I said, I'd like to get this steel processing done first, but I don't know if we're gonna get there. What are you missing? Nothing. You just need time. Okay. I'm down. All right. So we have 2 of those, and I'd like to start building I'd like each one of them to have an ore sorting facility. So this is where that second tier of research starts coming in. So now we've crushed it, right? And we can feed that crushed material into a sorting facility and start getting things. So we'll take 4 crushed sapphire and turn it into 2 iron, 1 copper, and leftover shit. And as we go deeper down the research, we'll start getting less and less leftover shit. Basically, is what will end up happening, which I think is pretty good. I really like how this is kind of designed, actually. It took me a little while to figure it out. In fact, I would say the majority of last game, really, to kind of figure it out. But I really do like it. Also, we're going to need jovolite, which, ooh, I don't think we had any jovolite right nearby, did we? Because this is bobonium, this is rubitite. Ooh, boy, we're missing a key metal. I mean, it'll probably still be okay, but that does mean that we're going to have to check on things a little earlier. That all seems good. That's all tick-tocking away. So these geoprocessing stuff is a real bear too, and we're nowhere near that, but we will figure that out pretty quickly. Yes, warehousing. This is the bee's knees right here. Warehouses and storehouses. Which means we're going to need to start working on steel processing as well. So let's take one of these. Man, I just do not have any arms laying around, do I? Some arms go in here pretty soon. And start a little bit of iron, or steel to be smelted. Just a little bit. And then hopefully here in a minute we will be ready to step this stuff up a notch. Alright, so my general plan is going to be store it, crush it, send the iron out of the way, or sorry, send the various parts out of the way. So I'd like to also get loaders pretty quickly. Like my whole design basically involves loaders as well. I need more of these. So basically I need basic electronic boards. For it to like, I want to be able to automatically get some of this stuff going on its own. Just don't think we're gonna get there. Not right away, so again, best practices. I think if I take a second and program this like so, it would actually be pretty good. Not a copper wire. Never seem to have enough wooden boxes. Okay. So now if I just feed iron into this, this will start running again. $34.50. Yeah, looks good still. How are we doing up here? 2 copper. So let's take half of this copper back out. Oh, just everything. Give it all to us. We want it all. And this thing's just going to town. So let's grab it. Oh, no. You don't need 200. Damn it. I believe everything else is good here, though, right? Yeah, not bad. Thank you. Alright, so if I turn you into wood now, right? And give you half of the... I'll give you all these trees. I don't think I need any regular wood for a minute at least. 16 and 13. But I have 10 gears, so we'll throw 10 gears straight in there. Yeah, right now it's feeding everything into this, which is probably fine. Probably anyhow. So one of the things I want to make sure that I also kind of work into my early system is slag filtering, smelting and filtering, and we will hopefully get into that in just a minute. This warehouse is getting close. Whoa, 8,000 YouTube things. I need to also refresh where quartz comes from. Looks like Bobonium. So we need to get Bobonium going pretty quickly too. Yes, thank you, Facebook. Chirp at me even more, please. 14 and 5. Yeah, this is going about as quick as it can. May need to slow down this steel plate production. I don't know. We'll see. Alright. Things are proceeding. Okay, so we're going to take a break here on YouTube. If you're watching the live stream, twitch.tv/SamusGurobo, SAMIUSGUROBO, there won't be anything except for an introduction. So stick around. All right, be right back. Thanks.